So hello everyone, welcome to this video. This is lecture number 10 and the part 1 of the integral transformation. In this lecture, we want to discuss about the Fourier transformation. So let's start. This is the syllabus of M.Sc University of Calcutta first semester. This portion, that is from theory of second order differential equation to special function, this portion already covered in the previous lecture. And now we want to discuss the integral transformation, and in this video we want to discuss about Fourier transformation. Okay, so let's start. At first we want to discuss, or we want to understand, what is the need of this integral transform. What is the basic need? Actually, if you want to solve any problem, physics problem in physics, if you want to solve directly, there is no problem, you can solve directly by this direct method, but this solution is may be difficult. Okay, so this problem can be solved directly by your knowledge, but this may be difficult in solution. Then you can transform this problem into by this different transformation, and then solve this transform form, and again inverse transform, you get the same result. Okay, so here there is 3 steps, but these steps are easy compared to these steps. This is one step process, but this is a difficult solution, difficult process, but whereas you can follow up these 3 steps with easy process. This is our benefit. That's why we need to integral transform of any physics related problem. Okay, there is various type of integral transformation, mainly Fourier transformation, Laplace transformation, Hankel transformation, and Mellin transformation. In your syllabus, these two are important: Fourier transformation and Laplace transformation. We will be discuss about Fourier transformation and Laplace transformation. Okay, and in this lecture we want to discuss Fourier transformation. This is the basic formula of Fourier transformation, that is this is a function of t and this is the function of omega. You know the omega is the frequency and the time is the inversely proportional. So this transformation actually occurred in the inversely proportional to parameter. Okay, here we take a constant 1 by root 2 pi. Actually, if we see the inverse transformation, you can see these two term product will be 1 by 2 pi, and this is taken as plus I omega t, and in the reverse this will be taken in the minus I omega t. Here you can take the minus, and in the inverse you can take positive, there is no matter. Okay, so if we take, this is a standard form of Fourier transformation from this function comes from time to omega frequency. Okay, so time change into frequency by this Fourier transformation, and this limit you can check, this is a minus infinity to plus infinity. Whereas Laplace transformation, there is two parameters, t and s. This function t change into the another function s. Similarly, Hankel function, here also t, and this is a Bessel function, t changes into alpha, and there also t changes into alpha. Okay, so we, if you see the Fourier transformation, that is the t change into omega, and the reverse, these are the reverse Fourier transformation, the yellow color are the reverse and this is the forward. This is the Fourier transformation, and this is the reverse Fourier transformation. You can see this constant product will be 1 by 2 pi, and these are the positive I omega t, and this is the minus I omega t. If you take, this is minus and this is, so transform of g omega is f of g of omega is f of t transform, and transform of f of t will be g of omega. Okay, here the cos component in the exponential, you have two component, and the cosine and the sine. If you take the cos component, this will be the cosine, Fourier cosine transformation, and its reverse transformation will be like that. And in case of the sine part, this is the Fourier sine transformation, and this is the inverse Fourier transformation. Here this g omega and f of t known as the Fourier transform, and other is known as the inverse Fourier transform. If you take, this is Fourier transform, this is the inverse Fourier transform, and if you take, this is Fourier transform, then this will be inverse Fourier transformation. Okay, and GC omega and FCT are the Fourier cosine transform, and these two are the Fourier sine transform. I think clear about the Fourier transform and is the different form. Okay. We just wants to discuss some example in this lecture. Just we discuss some example of Fourier transform. Find out the Fourier transform of Gaussian function. In a Gaussian function, you know, this is e to the power minus alpha x square, or you can take t square. So if you transform, then if you f of t into this is the transform formula. Put this value, f of t will be e to the power minus alpha t square, and just integrate exponential form. You can see this integration. Just integrates by the integration formula, you will be get this form. Here you can see this is a omega square. Our problem was it is a minus a t square, and the function will get which also omega square. So you can conclude that the Gaussian function remain Gaussian under Fourier transform. You can conclude that Gaussian sorry Gaussian function remain Gaussian under Fourier transform, right? Transform. Here we can conclude these things. Okay. Now go to the another example. This is a function given in the symmetry. Find GC of omega, that is the, you know, this is the cosine transformation of f of x, taking the inverse cosine transformation, then so that this is, and from that you will need to prove that one. Okay. So let's see. This is a function, take the Fourier cosine transformation, just already say the cosine formula. Put this value here, only you can see this is a minus x1 less than minus 1 and greater than minus 1, this is 0, only minus 1 to plus 1, this is 1. So your limit will be minus 1 to plus 1, but there will limit 0 to infinity, so only take 0 to 1, and this then integral you will be get this function. Clear? Next, inverse Fourier transformation. This will be the inverse Fourier transformation. If you will inverse Fourier transformation, you will get simply this. There is no problem. Now this question C, this is proved. This is from part B. You need to prove this one. Okay. See here. This will be equals to, so since f of x will be equal to this, so this integral will be a pi by 2. This pi by 2 is come here, this pi by 2 in the left hand side, so pi by 2 into f of x. Now that by the definition of f of x, this will get, if mod x greater than 1, f of x will be 0, so this becomes 0, and less than 1, f of x will be 1. The definition of f of x, you remember, that is f of x, definition of f of x. Just use this definition, you will be get these two answer. Now comes into when mod x equals to 1. When mod x equals to 1, then this is a sharp change. Since this is a sharp change, so at mod x equal to 1, you can take the average of these two value. Okay. If you take these two average of these two value, you will be get pi by 4. Okay. I think clear. Next, this is another example. So that the Fourier sine and cosine transformation of these are that and that. So Fourier transformation, sine transformation is equal to that, and cosine transformation is equal to that. We can prove this in combined with the, if we take this combined nature, this is cosine part and this is sine part, we take I, then this become e to the power I omega t, and this integration will be very easy. And then compare the real and imaginary part. Compare the real, and here we compare the compare real and imaginary part. Okay. So if you compare the real and imaginary part, you will be get these two answer, right? Next, this is another example, says find the Fourier transform of the triangular pulse, given is here. Then you need to find out Fourier transformation. So just put the Fourier transformation formula and put the value of f of x, and then just integrate. You just follow up these steps. This integration is lengthy, but you just follow up these steps you can easily find out the solution. Okay, just look up the steps. This is not problem, just follow up the step carefully. You can see this solution. Now, this is a question given in the Calcutta University 2018 M.Sc. Question says the Fourier transforms of a function f of t denoted by this. This is the definition of Fourier transform given here. Find the Fourier transform of f prime t, where prime is implies the derivative with respect to t. Okay, state clearly the assumption. So, if we take the Fourier transform f prime t, you need to put here f prime t. Just replace f of t to f prime t. So, if you integrate this portion as integration and this is derivative in the by parts. So, if you take this is 0, the assumption is the f of t as converge as t equal to infinity. In the minus infinity, this term will be 0, e to the power minus infinity will be 0, and f of t at infinity, if we take this portion is 0, then in both cases this will becomes 0. So, our assumption is converged at t equals to infinity, converge means 0. Okay, and this integration gives you this, and this is nothing but the f of omega. So, put omega. So, our assumption is this: at t equals to infinity, this f of t is 0. F of t is converge means 0. Sorry, anything wrong? Yes, converge means 0. Okay, next. This is another question. Say find the Fourier transformation of this function. This is know very well. This is the delta function. Delta function. So Fourier transform of this delta function, by definition you can put here this function is this, and use this delta function property, that is f of x delta x minus x0 dx equal to f of x0. So you can put, there is similar, this is the f of x. So you put x equals to a. Just put x equal to a. Similarly, for this you will be get this formula, and just sum of these two will be get this answer. Clear? Simple. Next, this is your question actually asked in the Calcutta University question. You must do yourself. If there is any problem, you must uh, come contact with me. You must contact with me if there is any problem to solve this question. Okay, 1, 2, and there is 3, 4, and 5. There is 5 question. This is asked in the NEET question, most probable 2018. Okay, so you just do this solution, and there is another question. This is also asked in the NEET. So I request you to solve this yourself. For any query, you must contact with me. Okay, so that's it. This is my contact details. Okay, so thank you. We will meet in the next lecture as soon as possible. Thank you.